Coach, appreciate you doing this. I want to start with now year 5 at Rutgers and your second stint. I mean, you know the place as well as anyone. What's the biggest difference between year 1 with the culture versus now?
Well, I just think it's matured so much, right?
Yeah.
Our players thoroughly understand it and they own it,
Yeah.
which is everything, right? Once they take ownership, it becomes a player-led team.
Yeah. Your big motto around the program is CHOP, and we hear you say it all the time. How do you really instill that in your program from a culture standpoint?
I just think talking to them, like, CHOP to me is chopping the moment. And I don't care whatever the moment is, you got to stay focused on it.
Yeah.
And the two biggest thieves that I know there are is the past and the future. And they're going to steal from the present if you let it.
Yeah.
But I just keep telling the guys, if we just chop the moment, one day you'll look up and you'll love where you are. But if you don't, you might chop your hand off. So you got to stay focused.
Your quarterback, Ethan Kaliak-Manis, has proven that he can win games in the Big Ten and has been really good. What do you expect from him from a production standpoint, and what are the things that he's got to do to really improve?
Well, I think he and Coach Sharma, they have a history together, so that was huge. And he really established, I thought he did a great job. He came in, he just kind of low-keyed it and worked really hard, gained the respect of his teammates. And then I really felt won the job clearly, so I named him starter right after the spring game. And that gave him the opportunity to make this his team over the summer. And he's done that.
Yeah.
He's done a great job.
You mentioned Kirk, your offense coordinator, has seen a lot of college football. What makes him so good at what he does with it when it comes to relating to the players and ultimately calling plays?
Well, I think what he does best is he does what our players are capable of doing. And he's experienced enough. When you're a young coach, you know what you know.
Yeah.
And when you get experienced, then you can adapt and do the things that your players are capable of. And he does a phenomenal job, and he doesn't try to be. I think that's the one thing about our staff. We don't try to be who we're not.
Yeah.
We're just real. If you like it, great. If you don't, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But this is the way we coach. And our players, I think, love that they know exactly what you see is what you get.
Something I know is very important to you is running the football, and you've been really good at it and have an elite running back in Kyle Monangai. How does he take the next step to becoming truly the best in the country?
Well, I think it's a offensive wide step.
Yeah.
Like Kirk has said many times, we've learned the system, but we haven't mastered the system.
Yeah.
The little things, and from playing, like that half an inch step is going to save you on a movement where you can recover. So those are the things.
So no Penn State, no Michigan, no Ohio State on the schedule, but you do go across country, right? 3 times, I think it is. How are you guys preparing for those cross-country trips? Are you doing anything different, going out there early? I know you're probably thinking about it as a staff.
Yeah, we've spent time on it. Fortunately in the NFL, when I was at Tampa, we had to do it. We played the divisions out west several times. So there's theories. That's what they are. They're theories. After all, they're human beings that are doing it. But I'm comfortable with what our plan is. And now, again, when you kick off, it's about who's doing the blocking and tackling and throwing and catching better. That's it.
What about your team do you think is going to surprise people this season?
I don't know that yet. I don't know our team. Like every year is a different team. Yeah. And after training camp, I'll probably be able to tell you.
Yeah. We've talked before about just this new era of college football with NIL and the portal. I'm sure you're going to get asked about it a lot today. How do you feel about where Rutgers is right now when it comes to NIL and being able to compete nationally?
Look, we are who we are. We're not one of the blue bloods. We're not, one of the established although we've been playing longer than anybody else, we haven't played at that level that long, since 1984. So I think we're where we are in a position where we can keep getting better, and we have to, right, in the NIL space. But our guys, they know exactly how we operate the program, and there's no indecision. And what is said is what happens. There's no funny business. And I think they really, really appreciate that.
Last couple of questions for you, Coach, is with how involved you want to be on defense. How do you balance, being part of the defense day to day and also managing all the head coach responsibilities and what we just talked about, the portal, NIL, donors, things like that?
Well, we're blessed right now. We have one of the best defense coordinators in the country in Joe Harris-Simiak, if not the best. So with Kirk running the offense and Joe running the defense, it allows me to do my job, and that's be the head coach, recruit, fundraise, and then I'm very involved in the special teams. I've always loved special teams, so I think we really got a good mix going right now, but you know how college football is, it could change like that, so you really have to stay current in everything, but I trust those guys and really just try to give them the support they need.
Last question, Coach. Day 1 training camp, when you're meeting with your team, what's the goal for the season that you're putting on that PowerPoint or telling the guys day 1?
Chop the moment. Yeah, if we can chop the moment every single day, I think we're going to like where we end up.
Yeah, awesome. Good luck, Coach.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks.
it, man.
Appreciate it, Adam.